so many people are watching women's basketball right now.
Yeah.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now.
Hey everyone, today we're diving into a story that's shaking up the world of women's basketball, an explosive controversy involving the WNBA, Angel Reese, and a shocking threat to boycott the league. The WNBA Players Association director is backing Reese's bold move, and the stakes have never been higher. What does this mean for the future of women's basketball? Stay tuned as we break down the facts, the drama, and what could be next. If you're passionate about the game and want to stay informed on the latest sports news, make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash the like icon, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Let's get into it. The rise of women's basketball and its growing popularity. Over the past few seasons, women's basketball has experienced a renaissance. The league's visibility has increased thanks to the emergence of star players, compelling storylines, and the increasing presence of women's sports in mainstream media. Caitlin Clark, with her electrifying performances and viral moments, has become a household name, drawing record-breaking viewership and engagement. Angel Reese, with her outspoken personality and on-court prowess, has also captured the nation's attention. This surge in popularity has provided a critical lifeline for the league, opening doors to new sponsorships, media deals, and fan engagement. The 2023 to 2024 season in particular saw a marked increase in TV ratings, social media buzz, and attendance figures. For the first time, women's basketball is being discussed alongside men's sports in broader sports conversations, a significant milestone for a league that historically struggled with visibility and financial viability. However, amid this growth, underlying tensions threaten to derail progress. Player demands for fair compensation, better working conditions, and a more equitable revenue split have become central issues in negotiations. The league's management and stakeholders are walking a tightrope, balancing the desire to capitalize on newfound popularity with the financial realities of a league still finding its footing. A collective bargaining crisis. At the heart of the controversy is the upcoming expiration of the league's collective bargaining agreement, CBA, scheduled for October 31st, 2025. The current agreement, negotiated several years ago, is considered insufficient by many players, especially as revenues are beginning to grow. The WNBA's players, represented by the WNBPA, have made it clear they seek substantial improvements. Their key demands include higher salaries. The average rookie salary in the WNBA remains approximately $75,000, a stark contrast to male professional leagues. Established stars often earn a few $100,000 annually, but top-tier contracts are rare and limited by the league's revenue. Enhanced benefits. Players seek better health coverage, maternity leave, and off-season opportunities to develop their careers and earnings. Improved working conditions. This includes travel accommodations, practice facilities, and scheduling considerations to support player health and performance. Revenue sharing, a fairer distribution of league profits, especially as media rights and sponsorship revenues grow. In recent interviews and podcasts, WNBPA leader Terry Jackson openly stated that the players are prepared to negotiate as long as it takes to secure a fair deal. She emphasized the importance of seizing this moment to elevate women's sports and to ensure that players receive their fair share of the league's commercial success. Angel Reese, one of the league's brightest stars, has taken a more confrontational stance. During a recent podcast, she publicly threatened to sit out if her demands aren't met, revealing that she earns roughly $75,000 annually as a rookie. While this figure is modest, Reese's true earning power is significantly amplified through endorsement deals, social media, and brand partnerships. Her influence and voice in the ongoing negotiations have added fuel to the fire. Reese's outspoken stance reflects a broader frustration among players who believe they are undervalued and undercompensated, especially considering the league's increasing visibility and potential for growth. One of the most critical issues in the league's financial health is the disparity between the WNBA's media rights deal and that of the NBA currently. The NBA's 10-year media agreement exceeds $7 billion, or over $700 million annually, making it one of the most lucrative sports media deals globally. This revenue supports massive player salaries, franchise valuations, and extensive marketing campaigns. In contrast, the WNBA's current 10-year media rights deal is valued at approximately $2.2 billion, averaging around $220 million per year. While this is a significant increase from previous agreements, it remains vastly smaller than NBA deals, roughly 3 to 4% of NBA's annual media revenue. This enormous gap, roughly $74 billion in total league revenue for the NBA versus approximately $2.2 billion for the WNBA over 10 years, translates directly into the salary structure. NBA players routinely sign contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars, with superstar contracts exceeding $50 million annually. Conversely, the top salaries in the WNBA hover around $200,000 to $300,000, with many players earning far less. Why does this matter? Because it constrains the league's ability to offer competitive salaries, attracting and retaining top talent. The league's revenue streams, ticket sales, television ratings, sponsorships, are growing but still limited compared to the NBA. As a result, the league operates within a relatively modest financial ecosystem. Yet, recent star power, like Caitlin Clark's historic performances, has begun to shift perceptions. Clark's game-breaking moments and social media buzz have helped elevate the league's profile, promising greater media exposure and sponsorship opportunities. The threat of strike or boycott. Angel Reese's public threat to boycott the league if her demands are not met has generated widespread debate. Supporters argue that players deserve fair compensation and that their activism is necessary to push the league toward equity. Critics, however, warn that such a move could backfire, alienating fans, sponsors, and broadcasters. The timing couldn't be more critical. The season is scheduled to end by mid-September 2025, with the finals potentially concluding by October 17th. The current CBA expires just days later, on October 31st. This tight timeline puts immense pressure on negotiations. A strike, work stoppage, or even a partial boycott could wipe out the postseason and damage the league's momentum. Historically, sports strikes have had long-lasting negative effects. The 1994 Major League Baseball strike, which resulted in the cancellation of the World Series, is a cautionary tale. Baseball's popularity declined sharply during those years, and it took nearly 5 years to recover full fan confidence and ratings. Similarly, the 2012 NBA lockout, which cancelled preseason games and delayed the season, led to a temporary dip in fan interest. While the league rebounded, the episode underscored how labor disputes can damage a sports brand. For the WNBA, a strike or boycott could be even more damaging given its current fragile position. Trying to build a larger audience, attract sponsors, and establish long-term credibility. Fans generally dislike disruptions, especially if they perceive the players' demands as excessive or if they see the league's future as uncertain. Realities and expectations. While players are justified in seeking higher salaries, the league's financial realities impose limits. The WNBA's revenue base, derived from media rights, ticket sales, and sponsorships, remains comparatively modest. To sustain meaningful increases in player compensation, the league must grow its overall revenue. For example, a rookie salary of $75,000 is a starting point. The league could feasibly increase this to $200,000 or $300,000, especially with new media deals and sponsorships. Similarly, maximum contracts could rise from around $265,000 to $750,000 or even $1 million, but only if the league's revenue can support such salaries. However, overestimating this potential, demanding salaries comparable to the NBA or even top European leagues, without corresponding revenue growth risks financial instability. If teams cannot generate enough income, they may face layoffs, franchise closures, or reduced operations. Supply and demand play crucial roles here. the league must balance player compensation with its market size, fan engagement, and media exposure. Pushing for salaries that far exceed revenue will threaten the league's viability. The league's future also hinges on investor confidence and media partnerships. Unrivaled, a newer women's sports league has garnered attention by securing backing from a consortium of investors and TNT Sports. Their survival depends heavily on viewership ratings. If they fail to attract sizable audiences, investor support will wane. Similarly, the WNBA's growth depends on converting star power into sustained viewership and engagement. The league has made strides, but it must continue to expand its audience to justify higher investments and media rights value. If player demands for exorbitant salaries lead to cancelled seasons or reduced league operations, the ripple effects could be disastrous. Fans may lose interest, sponsors may withdraw, and broadcasters may reduce their commitments. The upcoming negotiations are pivotal. The league and players must find common ground, an agreement that respects players' contributions while ensuring the league's financial health. Key considerations include fair compensation, recognizing the star power of players like Reese and Clark and providing meaningful raises through structured salary tiers and endorsement opportunities. Revenue sharing, developing a fair system where players receive a larger share of league income, especially as media rights and sponsorship revenues grow. Long-term growth strategies, investing in marketing, grassroots programs, and fan engagement to boost attendance and ratings. Avoiding disruptions, prioritizing negotiations to prevent strikes or boycotts during critical periods, especially before the start of the next season. The league's leadership must act swiftly and decisively. The window of opportunity created by record ratings and rising star power is fleeting. If negotiations falter or if a strike occurs, the damage could be irreversible. The WNBA stands at a crossroads. Its recent momentum, fueled by star players and increasing visibility, offers a unique opportunity to build a sustainable, thriving league. However, internal conflicts over compensation, revenue sharing, and labor rights threaten to derail this progress. Angel Reese's bold stance and the support of the WNBPA's leadership have brought unprecedented attention to these issues. While their demands for fair pay and better conditions are justified, the league's limited revenue base imposes constraints. History teaches us that strikes and work stoppages can cause lasting harm, but they can also serve as catalysts for meaningful change if managed correctly. The key is for all parties to negotiate in good faith, prioritize the league's long-term health, and recognize the value of their collective efforts. The next few months will be critical. The league must balance the needs of its players with the realities of its business model. If they succeed, women's basketball can enter a new era of growth and recognition. If they fail, the sport risks falling back into obscurity or experiencing setbacks that could take years to recover from. Fans, players, and stakeholders alike should stay vigilant and engaged. The future of women's professional basketball depends on the decisions made now. Will they choose cooperation over conflict? Only time will tell. What do you believe is the best path forward for the WNBA? Are the players justified in their demands? Will negotiations lead to a sustainable compromise or trigger a damaging strike? Share your insights and opinions in the comments below,